The allure of the unknown has always been my guiding star. As a young spelunker, I've threaded through Earth's subterranean veins, where the darkness whispers secrets of ancient times. But nothing could have prepared me for the day I encountered a real ghost story, unfolding in the cold, echoing chambers of a cave I thought I knew. It was supposed to be my day off. While my colleagues, including Lisa, ventured into the labyrinthine depths to collect data, I remained at the campsite, enjoying a rare moment of solitude. The cave's mouth yawned wide just beyond our camp, a gateway to mysteries untold. As the afternoon waned, an unsettling calm settled over the camp. That's when I heard it, a voice, unmistakably Lisa's, floating from the depths. But it wasn't just the direction that was wrong, it was the fact that her voice beckoned from a part of the cave we had yet to explore, a realm untouched by our maps and markers. Confusion gave way to concern. Why would Lisa be there, and how did her voice carry from the opposite direction of the group's expedition? The questions churned in my mind as I stood at the cave's entrance, the cool breath of the earth brushing against my face. Compelled by a mix of worry and curiosity, I grabbed my gear and stepped into the cave. The familiar paths and rock formations greeted me like old friends, but as I ventured further, the cave's demeanor changed. The walls narrowed, and the air grew still, heavy with the scent of untouched earth. Lisa's voice guided me, always just out of reach, leading me deeper into the cave's heart. Each call seemed laced with urgency, as if she had stumbled upon something monumental. My footsteps echoed in the hollows as I navigated through the dimly lit passages, the light from my headlamp casting long shadows that danced on the ancient walls. The voice led me to a gap barely distinguishable from the cave's natural fissures, an entrance to what we ominously dubbed the birth canal. This passage was a rite of passage among us, known for its suffocating narrowness that allowed for nothing but a grueling crawl. Venturing into such confines alone was a direct defiance of our collective vow to prioritize safety. Yet, there I was, drawn by a voice that seemed to echo with a mix of urgency and secrecy. My heart pounded with hesitation as I faced the daunting entrance. The eerie resonance of Lisa's calls, mingled with the sporadic drips of water, created a symphony that sent shivers down my spine. The cool air brushed against my skin, raising goosebumps in its wake. Then, a fleeting glimpse of her face, illuminated by the flickering beam of my flashlight, beckoned me from deep within the canal. It was distant and almost ghostly, but undeniably hers. Her voice, now tinged with a strange impatience, seemed to pierce through the chilling silence, compelling me forward. Crawling into the birth canal, my mind was a tumult of doubt and fear. Was this a grave mistake, a lure into the bowels of the earth by unseen forces? The oppressive darkness seemed to constrict around me, my every breath a labored effort, as if the very air was thick with apprehension. The narrow passage seemed to mock my every move, its walls closing in, whispering warnings of the peril that lay ahead. Yet, the voice drove me deeper, urging me on through the tight, unforgiving passage that promised an encounter with the unknown. I hesitated, the echoes of Lisa's calls mingling with the steady drip of water from stalactites. Then, a glimpse of her face in the beam of my flashlight, distant but unmistakably hers, reignited my resolve. Her voice, now tinged with impatience, urged me forward. As I inched my way deeper into the constricting embrace of the birth canal, each movement became a monumental effort. The walls pressed in on me, their cold, unyielding surfaces a constant reminder of the perilous decision I had made. Lisa's voice, which had been my guiding beacon, had vanished as abruptly as it had appeared, leaving me enveloped in a suffocating silence. Panic began to claw its way through my mind, a relentless tide that threatened to overwhelm my senses. The air felt thick, heavy, almost alive with my escalating dread. My breaths came in short, ragged gasps, the sound unnervingly loud in the oppressive quiet of the cave. The beam of my flashlight, once a source of comfort, now seemed to cast more shadows than light, creating grotesque shapes on the walls that twisted and writhed with my every movement. The terror was palpable, a living entity that fed on my fear, growing with every inch I advanced. My thoughts raced uncontrollably, spiraling into dark recesses I had never known existed within me. I was utterly alone, trapped in a narrow tomb of stone, far from the light of day and the warmth of human companionship. In a moment of sheer desperation, I called out for help, my voice breaking the silence with a sharp crack that seemed to reverberate endlessly through the labyrinthine passages. But there was no response, only the echo of my own voice, mocking me, reminding me of my isolation. Hours passed in this hellish limbo, each moment stretching into eternity. My mind teetered on the brink of madness, terror and despair intertwining in a dance of darkness. In a final, frantic bid for escape, I shone my light ahead, only to be met with a sight that froze my blood, a stranger's face, a young girl's, staring back at me with haunting eyes from the depths of the cave. Her silent gaze was the culmination of my fears, and I screamed, a raw, primal sound that erupted from my very soul. echoing my terror into the unforgiving darkness. When my team finally found me, Lisa among them, relief washed over me. But the relief was short-lived as confusion and questions surged. We returned the next day, driven by a need for answers. It was then that Lisa and another team member discovered the remnants of a tragedy, a pair of sneakers, a silent testament to a soul long lost to the cave's embrace. The subsequent rescue operation unveiled a heart-wrenching story. 20 years prior, a young girl had ventured alone into these caves, never to return. Her disappearance had become a local legend, her spirit restless in the cavern's depths until that fateful day when her voice reached out through me. This encounter serves as a poignant reminder of the mysteries that lurk in the shadows of our world. The voice of the lost girl, a ghostly echo in the depths, is a call to honor the past and tread lightly on the ground that holds more stories than we could ever know. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment and subscribe so you don't miss the new video.